This is another episode of the Decoy Sports Podcast. All right, welcome back to the Decoy Podcast for another week. My name is Jackson and I'm here with my best mate, Joel.
Hello, Jackson.
What's going on, mate?
Not much, just taking it easy on this Monday.
Taking it easy. Big weekend, you said.
Yeah, Dad's birthday. Lots of, like, when you have a baby, like, doing stuff is
Just extra hard.
Yeah, like, just even, like, went to the butcher yesterday.
Yeah.
Just going to the butcher is like a fucking mission. Put the get all the baby shit. Put the baby in the car.
What do you mean by getting the baby shit?
You gotta have a bag. You gotta have a bag ready.
Why? But if you're just going down the road, surely it doesn't matter.
No, but it matters.
Why? Does it matter to you or does it matter to the missus?
It matters, mate.
You're like, it's all the same.
It matters. Doesn't matter if it matters to me. It matters. But it's a mission.
Yeah,
It was not. It was a nice weekend though. Wholesome. How was yours?
it's all right. I don't even know what I did. I worked Saturday most of the day. To be honest, I had a pretty busy weekend just with work, and then just went and did some more. Yeah, I think we went to IKEA yesterday and did some shopping for small things for work that I needed, and
Nice.
nothing really, bro. Back to work today. So joys of
Work,
running
work,
a business, Just fucking never ends.
Work.
Yeah. We just wanted to also announce the winner for the hat.
Yep.
Our hat comp for the weekend. Who was that, Joel?
It was Kurt.Tomo. Congratulations, Kurt.Tomo.
Yep. We don't know who you are, but
I've talked to you in the on Insta, and we'll get that hat out to you ASAP.
Yep. You sound like a good bloke. No assets though, but good
Zero
bloke.
assets.
Zero
I'd say.
assets.
But, yeah, we'll leave it at that.
He knows what we're talking about.
He does.
Yeah. All right. So let's move into the news for this week, eh?
Let's do it.
We'll start with what we had last week. Gun of the week.
Gun of the week.
Gun of the week. Who was your gun of the week, mate?
Tigers.
Tigers, just in general.
In general.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking good, eh? Did you see like it was pretty history making.
Yeah, it was their highest points they've ever scored. 66.
It's a lot.
Pretty fucked.
Oof.
Yeah. Like their outside backs were just killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clemmer was good. Just a team performance. Like you wouldn't have, like at the start of this year, you wouldn't have picked Tigers beating anyone 66 points.
No. That was fucking mental, man. I couldn't believe that shit, eh? To be fair, all mine sort of roll around that game this as well, to be honest. Like, obviously, we don't really tell each other them before we talk on here. Who was your turd of the week?
Lachlan Miller.
I knew you were going to do that. I was like, should I put Lockie Miller down? I was like, Joel.
Fucking, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, he wasn't good, was he? It was just one of those days, mate. He had a fucking shocker.
And it's like...
It wasn't a lack of trying.
Pressure.
It wasn't a lack of trying. He was trying so hard, because he was trying so hard, he kept fucking up worse.
It was like the pressure got to him. Yeah. It was like the pressure got to him or something. Like he's from Coffs apparently.
Yeah, right.
So he's like playing in front of his like
all his friends and shit. Yeah.
He used to play for the Sharks last year.
True.
It's like all this shit come together and he shit the bed.
Yeah. I felt bad for him.
Fucking hard to watch. Like the Knights in general were poor.
Yeah.
But like he put the fucking icing on the cake. Who was yours?
So mine was Stafford Toa, to be honest. Like
as your gun.
As my gun.
Yeah.
So he had 2 tries.
Ex-Knights player.
Yeah. He had 14 runs, 2 tries, 5 line breaks by himself, 1 try assist, 12 tackle breaks, 1 offload.
Fuck.
That could be up there with the performance of the season off anyone, man. That is fucking
as
unreal.
An individual performance. That's humongous.
Unreal, man. Every time he touched it, he looked like prime fucking Mal Meninga. Like just no one could touch him, bro.
Nah,
he just
spiders.
fending off everyone.
Yeah. Some of those fens are fucking on Val Holmes.
Yeah, dude. Val got owned.
Brutal.
Fucked up. Yeah.
Can't wait for Trell to do that. And
I think it might be
Turbo.
We'll talk about it in a bit. But
who was your turd?
My turd was just the Cowboys in general. Like to let the Tigers were great. Don't get me wrong, but fucking hell, like that was bad. Like, especially towards the end, I was just like, Jesus, man. Like, the last 20 to 30 minutes, most of the game, but definitely that last 20 to 30, they packed up.
Yeah,
they were done.
It's like,
and I'm like, you
on the
can't do
bus.
that.
Yeah.
You're getting paid a lot of money and you're professional. You need to fucking show up for the full 80 and like,
yeah.
I don't care if you're getting beat by 30. You can't let it like that extend
gotta
out.
stem the flow a little bit.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That just all like, they've gone past that 50-point mark where no team's ever won the comp by like after losing by 50. So
Yeah. Well,
luckily Roosters are only 48 last week. So we're still a draw chance, but
it's only just.
yeah, I was.
While we're talking about like upsets and shit, right? Before we get into the footy, like, how fucking hard was it to tip that week?
Mate, I got 2. You got 2. Yeah. I got 2 and I was like, fuck yes, I might get him back here. Like,
yeah.
Did you tip me or you wrote in the decoy thing?
Yeah, like back on even.
Yeah. I was going to say
early
back and I went, you know what, fuck that. I'm just going to leave it because I reckon I might get a couple here.
Yeah.
And I got 1 and then I thought I was going to get another one and then you fucking, no. 2.
Well, like, I literally got the first game, the Panthers game, and I got the last game, Manly.
Yeah.
It was a hard weekend to watch.
To be fair, the Bulldogs one, I did a multi and I tipped the Bulldogs in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I was actually cheering for the Bulldogs when they got up.
I was saying to my missus, I mean, and it's all good in hindsight, but before the Roosters game started, I was like, I think I should change my tip. I was like saying to Katie, I'm like, I need to change my tip, I think. And she's like, no, you say that every week and you overthink it, but then it always ends up being right. And I'm like, no, okay, I'll just leave it. I should have changed it.
Should have changed it.
Even the Tigers, man, like, it was just something brewing.
Yeah.
But it's good to say that after. But
you can sort of see it in hindsight, as you said, but it's
Yeah.
fucking hard.
hard week, man.
Yeah.
At least it's only fucking 5 games this week.
I know. They're hard ones this time of year though, because it's like Origin, you don't like, it's not actual just off what form's been. You're trying to look at the team and who's in it, who's out. Just make that sort of
Like any team versus the Broncos, you're tipping against.
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you've got Reynolds and, you
do, but
so
that's
it's kinda,
yeah, you still got Stags, Farnworth.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
you got still a gun team, so it
Yeah.
gets hard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's fucking tough.
So, yeah.
Like you look at even like Rabbitohs, now they don't have, they still don't have like Cook
Yeah.
and
They still got
Walker,
Cody Walker.
and
They're only
fucking
missing Latrell.
Latrell and Graham because he's
Pulled
injured,
out, yeah. But that's it.
So you're almost like, fuck, do you stay with them or, it's going to be
It's
tough.
hard, yeah.
Makes it hard.
Fuck yeah.
All right, mate. So we'll move on to the weekly news. All right, back with the weekly news. We're going to start off with the Origin teams. They just got announced today. We're recording this on a Monday. They have announced, they didn't necessarily announce New South Wales full team, but they changed it. They announced it later on. I don't know why they came out with a squad. Why'd they do that? I don't know.
I think they must have just been waiting like clarity on Graham or something.
Yeah, but I don't think he was going to play anyway. They were saying he was going to be like 18th man regardless, and then Crichton's just come in for him.
Yeah.
But
I guess maybe he had to go get a scan.
yeah,
Then they were just like, definite, this is the team after that. Like they didn't want to announce it and then change 18th man over.
Exactly.
Then it's official or whatever.
So we'll go with the New South Wales team first because I think it's probably less contentious. Like there's probably more things I'm like, oh, with the Queensland team. So we'll probably have longer to talk about there. We'll go through the New South Wales one first. So we had Tedesco at 1, Toto 2, Latrell and Turbo will be the centres. Addo Carr's got your other wing spot. Luai Cleary will hold your halves. Tevita Pangai Jr. at 8. Coruscant beating Cook out. We've got Haas, your other starting front rower. Then Frizzell and Huddy Young will be your edge rowers. You got Isaiah Yeo at 13. Junior Barlow at 14. Or that's weird. They should have put Hines at 14. It's super confusing.
They do that in Origin.
So annoying.
They put like Jack Whiten last year at like 16 or something.
It's fucking annoying. So Barlow, Murray, Martin, and Hines will be your bench. Stephen Crichton and Stefano Utoikamanu will be your 19th man.
Yeah.
What do you reckon there? Anything you'd change? You're happy with it?
I'm happy.
Yeah?
I'm pretty happy with it. The Tevita Pangai Jr.,
I was a bit
It was a
weird.
bit, yeah, it was a bit like,
I probably would have rathered Stefano than him.
I,
If
I
you're going to
would've-
choose
yeah,
those, I would have put one of the Safs in.
that's what I was just about to say. I probably
just
would
because
have
they've
put
been there,
Jacob
done
in.
there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think one of them in. I don't
I
know.
think
You've probably been watching more closely than me in
Yeah.
terms of who's probably better, better than
Jacob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I think, like Tevita Pango Jr. He's like,
It's a bit lazy, bro.
yeah, and
He has that like 10 minutes of aggression, then he's done, and you're just like, fuck.
yeah, maybe like
That's all they
they
want him
might
to do.
change it though. They might put Bolo starting and then him off the bench for 10 minutes, or because Bolo can play big minutes.
Maybe they just want him to come on for start for 15, just fuck some cunts up,
yeah, then
and then come off
yeah.
after 15 and get Barlow on that will play longer minutes, right?
I think like with
They're only really carrying one forward.
I'm just about to say like with both teams, the benches pretty light, man.
Cotter's kind of a middle. Jai Arrow can definitely play middle. So
Yeah, but like Liam Martin he'll do whatever the fuck you tell him, right?
yeah, I just don't see him otherwhere than on the edge though. He doesn't really work on other than either edge.
Yeah, but
where are you going to play? So you basically are they trying to say that Murray's going to play down the middle? Is he going to play like a second front rower? Like
I don't know. Maybe like Frizzell just moving to the front row or something, rotation. He's big enough body.
Yeah.
It's risky,
weird.
man.
It's a bit weird.
It's kind of risky to me.
I think they needed another front rower in the team.
Yeah.
So I reckon like I would have had to drop to either Young or Frizzell. Like I don't mind who. I wouldn't have played one of them. I would have probably put Martin starting, and I would have carried another front rower, whether that's Stefano or Saf or someone like that.
To be honest,
I think it would have been Campbell Gillard, let's be honest, but he's injured.
To be honest, like a part of me is kind of like, why is no one talking about Adam Fanul-Blake?
Yeah, like I thought that, like, I just think there might be one forward light when I look. I don't know why. There's something there that I'm like, oh, I don't know. Just don't know.
I think like the rest of were you surprised with the Turbo inclusion?
Yeah. Yes and no.
Yeah.
I was, but then you see what he did last week, and I'm like,
I think if like Kalon Matangi was fit, he would be there because he can play front row, edge.
What do you reckon about Young and Frizzell making it over like Olaquatu?
Yeah, surprising, but he's not been that good. Lately.
But then I feel like if you're carrying, for me, right? So if I'm playing Frizzell and Young, if I'm playing Murray and Martin off the bench, who can play on edge, both of them can play on the edge. I'd rather start Olaquatu, and then when he gets like tired, or say give him like 30 minutes, then bring on Martin and put him on the edge, bring off Thing, and then keep Martin on the rest of the game, and then maybe bring Olaquatu back on towards the end of the game if you need him as a game breaker.
Yeah.
Like for the last 10, 15.
I think that
Would that make more sense
yeah,
though?
I guess it does, but
Because where are you going to play Martin? I don't get it. Where's Martin going to play then? Where's he playing?
do they look at giving Yo a breather somewhere?
No.
And Murray,
You can't take Yo off the field. He's too valuable. You can't do it.
I don't know. Obviously, they've got a plan.
So Murray's going to play in the middle as a second forward. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to come and play on the edge. Well, they're not going to take Frizzell off.
Frizzell might move into the middle. That's all I'm thinking.
I could see him playing Murray through the middle because Murray's more of a middle. He plays 13, dude.
Yeah.
Makes more sense of Murray playing as a second front rower.
Yeah.
I think what fucked him is because Jake Turbo's out.
Yeah.
So he would have been Tevita Pangai.
Yeah.
And then I think Pangai might have even been on the bench.
In place of,
Well,
do you think Liam Martin starts?
Martin would have started.
Hudson Young misses out.
Young or Frizzell would have missed out.
Yeah.
And then I think
TPJ
might have been on the bench.
Frizzell on form, even though Knights aren't going that great, has been
there's nothing against Frizzell or Young, but I just think in
terms of the makeup of the team.
If you look at Murray and Martin, you'd rather have one of them probably in the team over the other one. And then if you don't have to drop one out because you need another front rower, it's going to have to be one of them. Because you're not going to drop Martin or Murray, are you? You're going to drop either Young or Frizzell.
I guess with Young, they've picked him. He's a bit of a mongrel, which is good.
Yeah.
And they've picked him for his creativity with the ball, and he's like a solid defender. But I'm like, do we need more creativity?
Who's this
Like-
for?
Like Hudson Young. So like we have this wild back line.
Is it his creativity or is it just his?
He's a fucking creative as shit. Like little grubbers and like all cutouts and all this sort of shit. I'm like, do we need that?
Probably not.
Do we need just like a straight up and down defender?
Like we'll talk about Queensland in a second, but when I look at their team compared to ours, I feel like they've gone this really aggressive team.
Yeah.
Like I was going through it today with one of my mates, and we're just like trying to work out what they've gone for, because it has been there's a lot of changes, and the only thing I can come up with is very aggressive. The way they've sort of set there, like every player is like super aggressive, like ultra aggressive player, and then I don't feel like we have that. Like we do a little bit, like TPJ is aggressive, you know,
Hudson Young is,
Huddy Young is, but then it's like
Trell is.
the flair kind of ruins it a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, whereas they're like just
they're
aggressive.
just like they're just cunts. Like all of them are cunts. Like in a good way, not in a bad way. But they're bad way on the night. But you know what I mean. Yeah. Other than that, like we can stay on that all day, man. But everything else is pretty normal. The only other couple was like obviously Adokar making the wing spot. But what are they going to do? The only other option was really probably Crichton on the wing.
Yeah. There's no way they would have put Suoli.
No, he's not playing well. He's not even playing wing, so I don't think he was ever going to make it.
Yep.
And then obviously was the turbo one, but with Graham, Campbell
kind
Graham
of like
pulling out.
Forced your hand, I suppose.
Yeah, but it seems they were going that way anyway. So, look, I'm happy with it because at the end of the day, it's like he hasn't let him down. Until he does, you can't really not pick him. You know, and he played all right last night.
Well,
and in the centers, it's going to be like not too bad.
Yeah, and like I saw a thing today, like the last time we had that back line was when we won 76 to 6 points scored in Queensland.
Yeah.
Right.
Hectic. Yeah. All right, let's move on to Queensland. So we've got Ponga's missing out. Polsh. It's like Walsh, but Polsh. Ponga's missing out. Walsh is your fullback. We've got Cobbo and Tuolangi on the wings. Your centers is going to be Holmes and Hamiso, which is interesting. Munster and Cherry Evans is your halves. Flegler at number 8. Ben Hunt, of all cunts, will start at 9. Collins at 10. Tommy Gilbert, there was one that I've been calling for ages. He's made the team, so he's your edge rower with Fafita. Carrigan at 13. Grant 14. Tino, Cotter, and Arrow is your bench. And then you got Dearden and Welch is your 18th and 19th.
Is Tino like fighting that forearm?
He got it off.
Oh, he got it off.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Before.
Okay.
Just before he got off with a fine.
Yeah, I thought
grade 1, but a fine.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's Origin bias.
How does that happen?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm like, I look at that and I'm actually excited for Queensland. Like in terms of like, that's a fucking sick team.
It's a stacked team,
but
dude.
it's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like he's fucking
they
Billy's put his
loyalty shit off.
Billy's put his balls on the line here because he's gone away from what Queensland have done in the past.
100%. Massively.
And I'm just like, wow, this could.
If it works for them, then it's like masterstroke. Yeah. But then it's
if they get pumped by a little bit on this game, there will be some fucking. There will be some daggers coming out, bro. Trust me, because I'm like, you've gone pretty far away from what Queensland are built on, which is picking and sticking.
Yeah.
Like, no matter form, they will do the job.
Yeah, like Gagai, Ponga.
Yep.
Like they've performed.
Gagai, Ponga. Who else hasn't sort of made it? Fucking Capewell's not made it. Kafusi's got suspended, so anyway. I wouldn't even know if he's made it, man. Because what were they going to do? Was Gilbert goes from not making it to the starting side, or does someone come in and he's dropped into the team?
Maybe Jairo misses out, Gilbert on the bench.
I don't know. Possibly.
Yeah.
That was the one where we had that 17th where we didn't know what would happen.
Yeah.
The one that's changed, but we didn't have him in the team anyway, was Papali'i, but we didn't have him in the team anyway.
Nah.
So I think we had Welch in the team.
Yeah.
So the only one that they've brought in is Flegler. So they've swapped basically Flegler for Welch.
Yeah.
Another one. That's another one,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But obviously he's going to be the future. But Welch hasn't been going that bad. He's been pretty good.
No, he's been pretty consistent. Yeah.
That's a one where you go, okay, that's a 50-50.
Yeah.
I could see them going that way. But fuck, man, there's a few
That's
others there.
yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I'm
Like, Capewell not
surprised.
even on the team, bro.
Yeah, I'm surprised,
Fuck.
man. Like, he's been going pretty good still at Brisbane. Like,
He
he's
had a
got
good
that
start
connection
to the
with
year, but I think he's been a
Walsh
little bit injured and stuff. So it's kind of like the last little bit, he's been a bit more not as good like the last few weeks. But man, he was like scoring tries and
Yeah.
he's that real try scorer type player. But I think if you put like Gilbert's not going to do that for you, but he's going to bring that aggression and as I said, bring that sort of like bit of a cunt mongrel sort of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Fafita's probably got more of that try scoring ability in him.
He's
and
that flary back row that they need.
so they're going to play. Who are they going to play on the right? You reckon? And who's going to play on the left for them?
I
Do you
would
reckon
have thought.
Fafita stay on the left?
Yeah,
Or
I would have thought Flegler on the right. Gilbert on
Gilbert on the right?
right. Yeah.
But Gilbert plays left for Dolphins.
For feeders a left back row, I think.
Played right last year.
Yeah. I don't know.
know.
He's killing it out on the left.
Yeah,
at the
I'd keep him
moment.
on the left.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he'll be.
I'd rather
great
probably
wherever.
him running at Tommy Turbo than Latrell. As
Yeah.
in, like, if you're a Queenslander, not a Blues fan.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
Yep.
The one that we were thinking about today, we'll talk about who it is first. So Hamiso obviously beating Jagai. Interesting.
I called it.
Yeah, but I thought Hamiso would play wing. Like Taulagi hasn't really been good.
No.
Like Hamiso's sort of like it doesn't really rely on it doesn't necessarily have to rely on his defense end.
Yeah.
He's gonna have fucking Latrell running at him, bro.
I know, dude.
They play on the same side.
Yeah.
Unless they move Val Holmes over, but then you got Turbo
Then you
running
got-
at you anyway. So either or, that's a big call.
It's a massive, and if it works,
and they
it's
say
a-
that but they say that Dagai has his defensive like issues as the main thing, but you're putting in someone who doesn't play that position over him.
Gagai is a out and out center,
Yeah.
right center. Yeah, right center.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
So
it's a
Hammer's
big
going to
call,
play.
dude.
It seems this way that Hammer will play right center.
Inside of Taulagi.
Yeah. No, Cobbo. Cobbo plays right side. Taulagi plays left.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be Cobbo and Hamiso, and then Holmes, Taulagi, which makes sense because that's the Cowboys pairing anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Hammer was there last year anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just mean like that's what they play week in, week out.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, they're gonna have
Is that what they did it for you? Do you think to keep that combo?
no, because it wouldn't matter. Like, oh yeah,
Like just that defensive combo. Like they know, but they got carved up 66 points.
I don't
A
know.
lot of it was down that wing, that edge as well.
I don't think like a center wing combo is that important.
But like even
It's
just
not like
saying
it's
that,
not like a halves.
no,
Combo,
I understand that, but like they got carved up by the Tigers on that edge
Maybe.
as well.
Well, yeah,
So,
they got pumped anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
something like can't be that combo that they're like,
Yeah.
oh, we picked them for
Yeah.
that.
And they're like, one of the boys today was like, oh yeah, fucking, it's going to be. I'm glad they picked Tommy because like, they're going to run at him, and I'm like, yeah, but he's never not been a good defender. Like even though he plays fullback. Name one game that you've watched him play at Origin level where he's like being under pressure defending wise.
Never.
I can give you.
It's more so
I can give
Latrell.
you last week when fucking Val Holmes got 5 line breaks put on him, mate.
Yeah.
By
Like
someone who hasn't done that ever in any other game.
yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So like going into this, I'd be more worried about that than
Yeah.
fucking what Turbo's going to do.
Yeah, dude.
And
Worry
even
about
if he's
your
not
own shit.
running right, he can still
still
stand in
defend.
front of someone and tackle someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not that bad. So
No.
that's a weird one. I would have thought it would have been Hammer on the wing and then Gags in the centers.
Yeah.
I don't think Gags has done anything wrong to not get his spot.
Nah, he
That's
always
the part that I'm
performs,
kind of
man.
like.
He always. That's why we're talking about the loyalty shit. Queensland and everyone was predicting
Yeah.
Ponga at fullback,
Yeah.
Gagai in the centers because that's what they do.
Yeah.
And last year, Ponga,
Yeah.
one of their best players of the
Yeah.
tournament,
Yeah.
like, of the fucking series.
A couple other ones we haven't really spoken about, which is crazy, but Ponga not getting in because of Walsh.
Weird. I know he's.
I like it from a Queensland point of view. Like, I think that's the right call.
Yeah, well,
I've been
Walsh
saying it
is,
for
like,
weeks, right?
carving
Like,
up.
I've been telling you for weeks. I
Yeah,
said that I
like,
think Walsh should be in.
Ponga
You said
had
last
that good,
week.
Ponga had a good game last week.
Yeah.
Shit, he didn't have that great of a game, but then the team didn't perform.
No.
So I would have like
Walsh has been consistent. Walsh has been consistently
Yeah.
the guy. So
He
I can
has,
see
yeah.
why they chose him.
yeah. But if like something happens, if he shits the bed,
Yeah,
Ponga will be back in game 2.
probably. But
You watch
Yeah.
like side note, like watch hopefully Gagai and Ponga come out and have a blinder on the weekend.
probably.
Hopefully.
I don't know, dude. I think it's a good pick. Like from a New South Wales point of view, I was fucking not happy because I was like, fuck, I didn't want Walsh because I just feel like he's so dangerous. I sort of said it last week.
Yeah. I just think Ponga is so dangerous at Origin.
Yeah, if he's working, but then he's got a lot of shit going on this year, man.
He does, but
he just needs to get back to playing footy.
fullback, like for
Even
Origin.
on the weekend, he went off with another head knock, and you just don't know where his mentality's at, right?
Yeah.
I kind of like the decision there.
I like it as a Knights fan.
Yeah.
Like I love that he didn't get picked.
But just going, say if I was a Queensland fan, I think I like that decision.
Yeah.
And most Queensland fans will probably tell you the same thing. They
Yeah.
probably would rather Walsh right now. Walsh
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Well, he's in form, so
Yeah. The only one I would probably see happening maybe before the game would be I could see Collins probably going back to the bench.
yeah.
And I could see Tino starting.
Yeah,
I
agree.
think he's a better starter. Or sorry, not even. I don't think necessarily Collins going back to the bench. Actually, Flegler.
Yeah.
I could see Flegler going back to the bench. He used to only this year. He's been starting a lot of the games, but even last year and stuff, Flegler was actually the one coming off the bench,
Yeah,
and he has that good impact.
Yeah.
I think you need to match Haas and probably what TPJ will do, and they'll come out
Well,
with those all guns blazing. And I think a Collins, Tino probably stem that a little bit more than a Flegler.
Yeah, I agree.
I could see that happen, like late change.
Late change, yeah. I see that, and I was surprised that he was named on the bench. Tino.
Yeah.
I would have made that. You know, it's
The only thing I
Queensland wine
think,
games.
the only thing I think it could happen was because they probably might not even know if he was playing because of the thing, and they were probably waiting for that to get cleared. And maybe that's the only reason he got picked on the bench. But
Maybe
that'd probably be the only late change I could see.
Yeah. Fuck,
That's about it.
I'm fucking keen.
Yeah. We'll obviously talk a little bit more about it next week anyway, because it will be closer to the thing. We'll probably have a bit more of we'll have less games to cover and shit, so we'll get into it.
A bit more like any late changes, that sort of thing, injuries.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one. So Buzz Rothfield has been reporting that Bradman Best is apparently looking to leave the Knights.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's just a bit of mayo on the Mayo Man, or
I think
how do you
there's
feel?
probably like a bit of truth behind it, maybe. I know that I've read that there's like a bit of salary cap pressure at the Knights, and they've potentially floated one of the SAFs.
Why don't they try and get Ponga on a downgrade because he hasn't been playing?
I don't think that'll happen.
Well, he's on half the fucking team's salary.
I know, but I think they're looking at trying to offload one of the SAFs potentially and Best just to ease salary cap.
Yeah,
because they've got like that Christian Mapapalangi.
I just don't think Best is like kicked on.
No, he hasn't. From
when he first burst on the scene, you're like, this cunt is going to be fucking sick.
They were like, he's the future right centre for the Blues.
Yeah. And he's just sort of stayed the same.
Yeah,
It'd be interesting to see if he goes to another team. If I'm not like having a crack at Knights, but like if he actually does kick on, and he might just need a different system or a different coach or whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
be interesting to see.
Yeah, and I don't know, like he's a Newcastle junior. It'd probably be like hard for him to want to go, but
you just love letting go juniors, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
You watch him go somewhere else and fucking
Yeah. He'll every time he versus, he'll put like 3 tries on.
Where would you think be a good fit for him?
Where would be a good fit for him?
I haven't really
maybe like Storm or something, but then they have like good centers.
Storm. That's what I thought.
Like under a good coach.
Roosters,
maybe
just come to Roosters.
Man, you'd fit him in. I don't know. Yeah, maybe like the Panthers or something. Like
I think it could work. Maybe like the Sharks.
Yeah,
because like Talakai technically hasn't really like. He was good. He was actually good, but I could see him probably more future moving more back into the edge. But like
back to second row.
Yeah, and you could probably put him out there. Like he'd be probably.
But do you think maybe like in a couple of years,
what about
Best will be in the second row?
What about Broncos?
Oh, because
they're losing Farnworth.
Maybe
that might be a good fit. Unless they're just thinking like they're going to put Jesse Arthurs there next year.
Yeah,
I think that's what they'll do.
Corey Oates back on the wing.
Yeah. But that'd be probably a good fit.
Mm.
That'd be fucking dangerous, man. Broncos.
That would be very dangerous. Imagine Katoni and Best.
Oof.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope. I don't know. Part of me is like, I hope he stays, but then
You kind of like, if he
if he
need
goes,
a
then
cap,
and
it is what it is.
like that young Mapapalangi that played last year, he's out injured this year.
Yeah.
But like he was pretty good at the back end of last year. Maybe like
Yeah, you'll have a few outside back areas, like with Dom.
Yeah.
There'll be a few there. You got Heimel Hunt and shit that doesn't play, eh?
Yeah. It's like
I didn't ever...
we need to buy.
I never really rated him that much.
Neither. He was just stopgap, like
Yeah.
center or
He was going to be
winger.
there until you got someone better, basically.
yeah. We got Inari Chihuahua still.
True.
I don't know. It's been good having those two powerful wingers.
Yeah.
But then, like Dom Young, he's so rocks and diamonds.
100%. I said that to you the other day. I said, fuck me.
So like it'd be nice to get a consistent winger.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
See if he does go. Next one. So Chanel Harris-Tevita has re-signed back with the Warriors for 2024. So this year he had the year off. I think he wanted to travel and do some stuff, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's sick.
Signed on a 2-year deal. Be interested to see where if he actually can make the team.
Yeah.
Because you got Sheck coming back. Sheck's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to move Chan somewhere. Guessing maybe to the centers.
Yeah.
Who's the centers now?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I don't know. Pompey and someone.
Pompey and you've got fucking what's his name? Fuck, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Anyway,
yeah, I don't know actually.
but so like, yeah, and then you've got Tamari Martin that's out.
Yeah,
he's been playing 6 now.
Yeah,
You've got Dylan Walker who's 14 but playing 6.
Yep.
So I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to go back to New Zealand. He didn't want to move to Australia, so he wasn't too worried about
maybe
playing
he'll just
first grade or whatever.
Yeah, maybe he'll just play reserves and when they need him, he'll come in.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Good depth though.
I like it though.
Good depth.
He was killing it before he left.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. They're gonna have a stacked team next year.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
His team would be sick.
Yeah, man.
If they can play like they have this year, but with that team, they're gonna be fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah.
I think Montoya is the other one that plays center sometimes for him.
It is.
Yeah. Cool. So I'll just go through some of the injuries from this week because there wasn't a lot of news other than obviously the Origin.
Mm-hmm.
Injuries or notable injuries this week has been Brandon Smith, broken thumb. He's out for 8 weeks. Elisa Katoa's out for shoulder to be determined, but it seems like pretty lengthy for the Storm. Ryan Madison, major calf injury. It looks like multi-weeks there.
Yeah.
Jake Travojevic and Ben Travojevic both out with hamstring and calf. Looks like pretty lengthy. And then also Aloye, Woods and Kelma Tuolangi all missing for up to 6 weeks. Fuck.
It's going to be hard
They've taken a hit, man.
Yeah, Manly, it's going to be...
There'll be no Cherry Evans, no Turbo, none of the Turbos. They're all 3 out.
Yeah.
Aloye, Woods, Kelma. I think they've got a couple more out too on top of that.
Yeah.
So...
Who do they verse this weekend?
They have Knights. The Knights.
Surely we can get that.
Yeah, I tipped you anyway. Couple other ones. So McKinnon broke his hand, so he's out for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think I thought about it over the weekend, and then I could see the injury list for all the teams. Where's Tarek Sims? Where is he?
Reserve grade?
He must be.
Have to be.
Because he's not injured. Because
No.
I was like, maybe you're injured.
He
I know he was
played
injured right at the start of the year.
He played 2 weeks ago. Or 3 weeks ago.
I was like, that cunt didn't play at all.
Yeah.
And they were like, he's going to be sick going down there. Like, gets that second lease of life and he'll be fucking awesome. And he genuinely...
Can't even crack the team.
Even when he made the team, I didn't really remember him playing that much or playing well.
Nah, not
was like,
because
fuck
he's
me,
like...
that's
Even
weird.
if he was playing... His best would stand out at the Dragons.
Yeah.
But then his best is sort of average at the Storm maybe?
Maybe. Nah.
Is that what...
Nah. He was playing Origin last year, bro.
Yeah, but that was the kind of
Still. last
And no,
year,
it was
man.
a surprise to everybody.
Yeah, but he
He only played the first game.
so he still played.
That was only because of the year before.
Mate, he can't even make first grade this year, and he played Origin last year. That's fucking disgusting. From his behalf, not anyone else's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Respectively.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I thought that was weird.
Yeah,
I
it was.
thought
That is weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
to be honest, I haven't even noticed. I haven't even thought about it.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
now you can think about
I
it.
will, and till I get in the car.
Yeah. All right. Next, we'll move on to you sweet or nah. All right, we're back with you. Are you sweet or nah for another week? I just want to start on this one. I was thinking about it over the weekend, and it's on Brandon Smith. So he's doing multiple things, right?
Yep.
So he broke his hand, and then I heard him talking on Triple M, sorry.
Yeah.
Just about like, this is kind of like a bit of a blessing in disguise for me. Gives me time to get my body right. And it was just very like vague on what he meant. And they're like, what's he saying? Like you sort of weren't or whatever. And he's like, oh no, just like, and it just, for me, it just seemed a bit like he has so much shit going on that like,
like footy's coming second.
Footy's almost coming second a little
Yeah.
bit. That like this gives him time to almost have like a second preseason.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, you're getting bulk money, bro. Like you're our major signing for this year.
Yeah.
Like maybe just take a
Prioritise.
step back a little bit.
Yeah.
I know that he's like, I've listened to the Jam and Cheese show a lot purely because he's at the Roosters and he talks a lot about that. So like I kind of like tuning into that. But even there, he was sort of, he's doing that. He's doing, YKTR like a fair bit, like here and there.
Yeah.
And then he's doing all this commentating. But like on the Jam and Cheese show, he's sort of saying like, I want to like after footy do commentating. Like that's my
So he's like
dream.
using
So he's trying
this
to like
now as he's in.
as his apprenticeship sort of thing to get in. But I'm like, that's fine. But you're also like mid-20s, bro.
Yeah.
So you're not in your 30s
No.
on the back end of your career.
Maybe
this
in
is where
5
you
years
need.
or
This is
something.
where you need to be. If you just want to do one podcast a week, great.
For sure.
But you're doing like 5 things.
Yeah.
And like, so he's coming in doing earlier commentary for Triple M. But then he did a game the other day. So he did one of the games he commentated. Then he's fucking, you'll see him on Fox Sports or some shit. Then he's doing the Jam and Cheese show. Then he's doing YKTR. And I'm like, great, man. You're awesome. You're getting your brand out there and you're doing your thing. But like,
You also got
is
to
it
like,
taken away from footy?
yeah. Like there's got to be a thing where like you have to be playing to a certain level for your fans and shit to be like, okay, it's sweet that he's doing all this shit. Otherwise, it's like, well, you're putting all that shit before your footy because you're playing shit.
He's been injured nearly every game.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got through 2
He
games.
looks like
I think.
underdone, which is weird because I thought he was looking fit at the start.
Well, he's
of the
saying
year.
that he's the fittest he's ever been, but because it's a different position and he was playing like 40 minutes, 35 minutes, like coming off the bench and shit, playing middle forward to playing now like as an 80-minute hooker. He's like, I can't really, or like a 70-minute hooker. He said like it's completely different. He said I'm fitter, but then like
get gas quicker and
Yeah,
Is
but
it
I'm
like
just like-
is that a fuck up on the Roosters' behalf?
I just don't know.
Like they
Well, that's what they were saying on Triple M. They go,
Yeah.
maybe like that's like someone said like I'm sorry, but like I don't think your position is hooker. I think you're a better middle forward.
yeah
And he's like, would you ever do that and move back there for the team? And he goes, no, I'm a hooker.
true.
And he said like I had my best year in 2021 and I was a hooker. But it's like
Yeah,
the hard
he had a
question they didn't
rotation,
ask him
though.
is he had a rotation with one of the best fucking hookers.
he's the Queensland number 9
Yeah.
or the rotation.
So it's like one comes off, one comes on, and then when he came back on, he wasn't going at hooker, was he?
no, he's going to lock.
He was going to lock or
Yeah.
playing just through the middle.
Yeah.
You know?
I
Like
don't-
it's weird, bro.
Like the Roosters.
What are they going to do when Watson comes back?
I don't know. There's
So,
too
if
many
Watson,
utilities.
so I'm guessing
man.
Turpin fucks off.
Has
I'm,
to.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right. Watson comes back. This is the way that I think the Roosters should play it. So Smith starts the game. He starts the game. He plays for about 30 minutes. At 30-minute mark, Watson comes on. He's got that cool like leg speed around the ruck, whatever. He plays till probably like 15 minutes into the second half. So about that, 55-minute, 60-minute mark.
Yep.
Smith comes back on, but he comes on as a middle forward. And then they both stay on.
Yeah.
And then they sub in and out.
So Connor
Connor stays on
for
at
the
9.
second half.
Yeah, at 9. But then he can also, so they can switch.
Yeah.
So they're both on.
Yeah.
But then like, okay, all right, I'm tired. You're going to go into dummy half this set.
Yep.
You're going to go into, you know what I mean? Like just switch. You both can play it.
Yeah.
You both can play forward in the middle there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind it, but will they do it? Like,
Well, no,
they gotta
probably not.
They got to do something. Like they'll probably bring Hutchison on at hooker or some shit.
I don't know. They probably won't even play Watson the rest of the year, and it's just a fucking waste, eh?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Yeah.
I'm just not sweet with it right now in terms of him doing so much.
Yeah.
Like it'll be all right the next fucking 8 weeks. He's injured, but it's like, fuck, man. Like just focus on the footy.
Yeah.
A little bit, you know.
Yeah. There has like, I don't know. Surely the club has to sit down with him and be like,
I'm just surprised they're allowing him to do as much as he is. To be
so
honest.
am I.
Like
It's a lot,
especially
dude.
the Roosters, and the Roosters are pretty like. Not many people do a lot of media other than like your major like Fox Sports
club,
and shit.
Club first shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a bit surprising, but hey, maybe that was part of his contract. He's like, I want to come here, but I want to be doing X, Y, Z.
Yeah,
and they're
because
like,
I'm looking to get a career in the media
and
after.
they've just said, you know,
to get him there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And maybe the Dolphins were like, no.
Yeah. Maybe Wayne's like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I can see that's the other reason why he went there as well, though,
Yeah.
because it's like Sydney's a bit more of that media hub for all your footy. You know, makes more sense.
Yeah. Well,
whereas the other teams, Dolphins wasn't going to do that for him.
No, well, like
can't really stay at Melbourne and do that.
Yeah,
right?
and like that, the podcast with James Graham, that'd be in Sydney somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
The YKTR is in
Everything's
Sydney
in
somewhere.
Sydney, bro.
Yeah.
Triple M Studios, Sydney.
Yeah.
You know, it's all in Sydney. So, yeah.
You don't think about it, hey, when like
You don't,
but then it all like seems
kind
so
of makes
obvious.
sense, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on. So, next one is Corey Parker has come out and said that he wants Taylor Ponga to move to fullback in defense, and then in attack he wants him to move to 5'8".
Yeah.
I don't know if this is his quote, but it's what Fox Sports put up, but I think it is his quote. He basically said, this is something that he did say, was that there has to be a psychological concern for Taylor Ponga just playing in the line.
Yeah.
It says that Taylor Ponga may have passed his HIA and finished the game against the Sharks, but the reality is the chances of him dropping another head knock are high if he stays at 5'8". The Knights may need to consider him playing fullback in defence and 5'8" in attack, because defending in the front line is clearly making him vulnerable for further concussions. I didn't see it, and I still haven't actually seen it in terms of
it looked like innocuous.
but you said it wasn't that bad, but then it was like...
it didn't look... Like the contact looked like nothing. And then he was like on the ground, and I'm actually surprised he got cleared, because it looked like he was
Did he
fucking
kind of
knocked
like,
out.
oh, fuck, on the ground kind of thing?
He was like out on the ground for a couple of seconds and then got up and was like...
What was the hit like? What did he get hit with?
He was going in for the tackle. Someone else was already... I can't remember who it was, but someone else was already tackling. He went in for the... It might have been on Nakora. He went in for the tackle. It sort of just like... His head hit old mate's shoulder. And then he sort of fell down as if he was like still tackling him, but then he was like on the ground knocked out. It was very like innocuous. Like if you...
Random.
Yeah, super.
Do you reckon it's like he's tackling techers, or is it...
Has to be something.
Does it look a bit... I don't know.
Yeah, it looks...
You
like
watch
he's-
more than me.
Yeah,
man,
like
so
he's trying to hit him too high or something.
he's trying to get up high to
Yeah.
sort of like get... And so, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't think it's a bad idea,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I don't think it is either.
I think it's pretty good.
But then
because
like Lachlan Miller in the front line, like what's that going to be like?
can't be any worse.
Well, definitely can't be any worse. Than, yeah,
Can't be
you
any
say
fucking
that.
worse,
Fuck.
man. Jesus.
Yeah. I mean...
To be fair, I said to you the other week, like he's defended center and fucking wing for Sharks last year and shit.
it's only
so
one more in, isn't it?
it's the same sort of thing. So
Yeah. I mean...
he's only
maybe
a small
that's-
frame, but so is Ponga, man, and he's clearly fucking tissue paper at this stage. So
Yeah.
I don't think you're losing much there.
No.
Fuck.
It's worth a crack.
Yeah, they need to do something, because if he cops one or two more, mate, I just can't even see him coming back.
No.
He'll be
That's-
out for the rest of the year again, and then
Yeah, and
fucking who knows from there.
Might as
you
well
know?
get rid of him.
He probably will. He probably go play like Japanese rugby or something where it's
Yeah.
not like, like something like that.
Yeah.
Get his money, but I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on.
Yeah.
Next one. So just want to talk about some of the horrendous fucking refereeing decisions over the weekend.
So fucking bad.
First one that I just couldn't believe was the Sorensen no try.
Mm.
Oh my god, That was the dumbest thing I've ever fucking seen, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he literally just jumped on the ball. Did you even see it move?
No.
Like, the ball move at all? Just jumped on it. And then the thing that pissed me off was, what's his name? Fucking Dragons, the score that try. And then he's like, hand literally come away from the ball and it like was a try. But
Yeah.
it was like,
He
he had no grounding, no pressure on the ball. It like fell away and he kind of just went down with the ball.
yeah.
The last year and a half, they've said they need downward pressure on the ball. Like,
Yeah.
and that exact play has been a no try, but then that one was a try.
It's the fucking inconsistency.
So
dude.
what the fuck?
It's-
And then the Walsh fucking impending the defender because he looked at the player, but he looked, spun around and was like facing the other way when the ball come down.
Yeah.
Just because he jumped forward.
Yeah.
He just hung in the air that long. Like he was almost too athletic for himself.
Yeah.
That they were like, nah, no one can do that.
That's impossible.
It's like, honestly.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, it's mental.
It's hard to watch, man. Like, I just hope with Origin they just put the whistles in their pocket.
Yeah.
Just fucking let it go.
And I'm not even saying that as like a Roosters fan, like the
Dragons one.
The Dragons one
Yeah.
should have been a fucking thing. Like Radley headbutted someone so fucking obviously.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck me, here
He's
we
gone,
go.
yeah.
Nah, he stays on, right? So he stays on, but gets 3 to 4 weeks
Yeah.
for a grade 1, but didn't get fucking binned.
It's fucked. It's
What
so
are we talking
fucked,
about?
dude.
The
It's
most
so
like-
fucked. Everyone that watched that.
He said he had 3 sin bins in a row, right? And I could argue 2 of them weren't sin bins,
Yeah.
like were bullshit.
Yeah.
And then the other day was the most blatant one he's done out of anyone this year he's had, and
that
that's
wasn't-
not a sin bin.
I know. It's so fucking cool. It's so dumb, dude.
He went to the sin bin for headbutting someone when he was making a tackle, and then he actually headbutted someone and didn't go to the
get
sin bin. That's the best way to put it.
Dude, it's exactly right. he fucking had a head collision.
Yeah.
and then get sin bin for it.
Yeah.
But he intentionally headbutted someone.
And didn't get sin bin for it.
It's so laughable.
So dumb.
cunt.
It is the dumbest
It's so
shit
laughable.
ever.
It's so
Fuck
fucking
me. And there was probably more of the weekend, but they were the big ones that stuck with me, and I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, that's fucking like wild, man.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, yeah, I just hope they don't ruin Origin. If they ruin Origin, man, with fucking some of these calls, I'm be pissed off. Like,
Fuck yeah.
it will. You know it will.
Oh, for sure.
Something will happen over.
So, who's going to be the ref? Have they announced it yet?
Oh, we all know who it will be. Every fucking year. Fucking same cunt.
Yeah.
Same cunt, but the worst out of
Yeah.
all of them.
Yep. That's hard.
Cool. And then the last one I had, just some big blowout scores over the weekend. And a lot of them were like the underdog teams that won.
Yeah.
And I just thought, like, do you see anything in it where like a lot of the teams that lost had like the like quote unquote like Origin stars in it? Do you think there's a bit of like looking past it into Origin, kind of like not focusing on that game a little bit, or do you reckon it's just like is what it is?
Yeah, I think it is what it is. Like
66 to 18.
Yeah.
You'd like 40 to fucking
Yeah.
42 to 14. You know, there's big scores.
Yeah. You'd like to think no.
Mm.
You'd hope not, like as a fan. And then, but like you say that, but then
You don't
the
know.
Manly game,
Yeah.
they have they had a couple of Origin players like
Yeah.
Cherry and Tommy,
For sure.
and they flogged Raiders.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
then
like,
you kind of look at Rabbitohs, Eels. Like Eels, you know, obviously fucking smashed the Rabbitohs, and the Rabbits been playing really well.
maybe
they got
maybe
pumped.
like self-preservation mode a bit, like
yeah.
don't get hurt,
Yeah.
maybe. But
Like obviously Cowboys is Tigers is a big one.
Yeah. yeah, Cowboys
Like,
got a few.
like Eels Storm Dolphins looks close 24-16, but they
Yeah.
scored like 2 late tries.
Yeah.
That was really like bit of a blowout, really.
And they do have quite a few
Yeah.
Origin. Yeah, mate, like maybe
Bulldogs came back over the top of like Titans were winning pretty
Yeah, they
comfortably.
just turned the switch off.
Turned a switch. They
Yeah.
had a fair few, but then I'd say Bulldogs does as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
Bit
think
of
it's
here,
just
bit of there.
coincidence.
Yeah.
Round. It sort of looks like that.
Kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
I just seen someone say it on Twitter and I was like, oh, that's true. Like, I
Yeah.
wonder if there's anything in that. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, we'll move into the games. All right, so into the games this week. Last week. Let's start with the Broncos Panthers. That finished 15-4. How'd you see that one play out, mate?
Low scoring, hey. I think the over-unders in that game was like 39, so it's way under.
Yeah.
I don't know. Panthers just did what they had to do, I suppose. Wasn't nothing like crazy.
Just dominated them, really. Not in a bad way, but just never really gave them a look in, you know?
But then also, like, that was more just a defensive effort, right? Like,
they just suffocate teams, dude.
They do.
Like, in a way that it's not like they don't need to blow you out, but they just don't give you a chance. Like, 58% possession they had to 42. And that's purely just Cleary kicking into the corners, work your way out. And they can't, you can't because their defense is so good, man. Like, it's so,
it's wild that's why, like, a good halfback is so valuable now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with a good kicking game like that, because that can win you games.
100%.
And you can see the teams that don't.
Yeah, look at us. We don't have one good kicker in our team, and we struggle, dude. We struggle to... Our meterage is awful because, like, we kick it and it just goes up in the air. People catch it on the 20 and then they're back to the 30 by the time... And they're starting sets 30, 35 out.
Yeah.
Whereas they will... literally pin you in on your on your goal line
meters,
and you'll be 5 to 10 meters out every fucking time because the kick chase is awesome, and then they'll literally just be, you know, sitting there waiting for you every time
and just force some mistakes.
Like they had nine errors to 10, Broncos 10, so they weren't that far off there.
No,
you know, both had 7-5 penalties conceded, so it's all pretty similar.
Yeah. It's just like you say, like the kicking game, right?
48 tackles missed Broncos, 41 tackles missed Panthers.
Yeah,
it's just the way they just grind it down, like they'll fucking blow you away if they need to. Like they did it with us last week, but it's like if you want to come for a fucking grind, they'll grind it out with you, man, and they'll win most of the time.
And look, like Broncos can be forgiven, right? No Adam Reynolds. I made a late bet and I fucking just completely forgot that he wasn't playing.
I love it because I saw they were paying like $350 or some shit, and I was like, what the fuck, like. I don't know,
it's not that far apart.
Something on that. So I put him down in a multi, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna tip him." Like, And then as soon as it started, I was like, "Fucking Adam Reynolds isn't playing." Just forgot. I completely forgot.
That's what kept me in the sniff.
Yeah, he fucking dog.
But Jock Madden didn't. He's not Adam Reynolds, right? Like, he's not going to kick the corners. He's not going to.
He wasn't great.
No,
he didn't do anything bad.
No, he didn't do anything bad. He didn't
do anything good either. So,
and like
the Mam's just not there to control the team either.
And that's what I was about
we've been
say.
saying that since day one with these guys.
If Reynolds is out, they're fucked.
They're fucked.
Yeah.
They just don't have any... They're too young. They don't have control that'll go... Walsh can't go, we're going to play this way. He's just, let's try and score on every play.
He's electric.
Let's do, they're all like that, man. You know, Mam's the same.
Yeah.
He fucked nearly 3 tries, Mam, though. They made breaks.
Yeah.
And he dummied.
Yeah.
And not a single person fell for the dummy. like I think... There's at least twice Walsh was literally like the one where he chipped over.
Yeah.
Mam gathered it and he dummied it instead of throwing it, and he just got hit.
Just throw it,
like
bro.
Twice that happened each half. Oh, fuck, man. Like he fucked a couple there.
Yeah. Just throw it, bro. Like, fuck.
Yeah. It would have been interesting to see if they let that Stags one stand. Yeah. That Stags try, the Walsh, like how he fucking hit it, and they said it was...
Yeah.
It would have been interesting, that one, because then it would have brought it back close.
It would have been a couple of points in it.
Just clear, and they kicked that right at the end. So it would have been like 10 to 14. So it would have been a try in it.
Yeah. A lot closer.
A lot closer.
Yeah, anything can happen when it's like that.
100%.
But yeah.
Or like even, the that play where Mam sort of dummied, that was, probably 10 minutes to go. If they scored there,
it makes it
would have been interesting.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say, like, Bronco. I can't like say the Broncos were bad because of this game and like they played the Panthers without Adam Reynolds and stayed in the game the entire game.
I think they got beat by 9.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, like 15 points conceded.
11, sorry. Yeah,
15 points conceded the whole game.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Pretty good defensive effort
against essentially a full strength.
Yeah,
Panthers team.
And then the only thing I'd say, 4 points, but all that really tells me is they just didn't have that leader on the park to sort of...
Just a polish at the end.
That's it.
And that's... You can see, like, when Reynolds is playing...
they'll get those
He's their
repeat
polish.
sets, and they'll get those kicks right down into the in goal, and like, you know, those sorts of ones.
Yeah. And like,
he just didn't have it.
Yeah, him being there frees Mam up.
Yeah.
To do his thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right. No massive standouts for either team, I would say.
Nah.
I thought Cleary did really well. He ran the ball a lot more this week. I feel like he's been suffering a little bit, maybe with like a bit of a hamstring sort of injury or whatever. I had him down on a little anytime. I just felt like I just had a feeling. But then like he genuinely ran the ball a lot. Like he had 208 running meters.
Yeah.
It's a lot for a half.
You love to see that, like leading into Origin.
Yeah.
Like him running the ball. Like it means he's fit and firing.
Yeah. He had, how many runs did he have? He had, it says here 27 runs.
Fuck
me.
It's fucking pretty
That
wild.
seems a bit weird.
Yeah.
27, Jesus Christ.
Just wanted a piece of it.
Yeah.
Good on him.
6 tackle breaks. Fucking hell. Pretty good. How's Dylan Edwards? He had 275 running meters.
Dude, there was like people,
and 93 of them were kick returns. That's still fucking high.
Yeah, some people were like calling for Teddy to get the axe and him to be fullback for Origin.
You watch Teddy on the weekend. We'll talk about it in the next game, and I say fuck you to everyone because he showed you why he's still the fullback.
Yeah,
you know. Anyone else you want to call out?
Nah,
no.
Not really,
264 run meters.
Yeah.
84 PCMs.
You just like, it's not even like 284.
You never really talk about him.
No,
but you don't need to. He just does the same shit every week. But if that was someone else,
dude,
if Suoliti went back to the wing and he was making those meters every week,
he's fucking
everyone would be
fire.
like, fucking sick.
Pick it for Origin.
Yeah, at least he still gets like picked and stuff for Origin and that. But he just doesn't really get the recognition of like everyone's like
under the radar
because
you expect it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's about it for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Next one. Dragons Roosters 24-22.
Heartbreaking for you.
Fuck me, Dad. Honestly, mate. About every sort of loss in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. Get flogged.
Flogged. Not even a chance in it. Pumped again.
Yeah.
But like to the inch of our lives.
Yeah.
And then this.
Like
on the buzzer.
It's the worst way of losing too.
It is.
You'd rather get flogged, man.
Oh yeah, last week was easy to sit through.
Yeah,
it's harder and in the moment when you kind of like,
yeah, just try. Like,
but then getting your heart ripped out at the end is worse. It's so much worse, man.
It sucks, dude. It happened to us so many times last year.
Oh,
it fucking hurts.
I know. I just need to take it because we don't really get fucked that often. Like we don't have these years that much.
Nah.
So
I secretly like love it.
I know you do.
It's not a secret.
But I'm taking it pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah.
You probably thought I'd take it worse than this.
Well, yeah.
We don't lose that much. That's the thing.
Yeah. I'm used to it.
In all honesty, man, I don't think we deserve to win this game anyway. Like,
no.
On our second half performance, we did play way better. And like, if we got the win, I would have been like, cool. Like, we definitely were better.
They had your number the whole first half.
The first half, we were awful.
Yeah.
We just carried over last week into this week. And it's purely just confidence. You could tell, like, we had no confidence whatsoever.
Yeah.
Every single thing we tried was just wouldn't go to hand, didn't stick.
But
like, nothing was working.
Yeah. Yous won the second half.
Yeah,
for sure.
Comfortably.
But
comfortably dominated
you
the second
can't win.
half.
You can't win a game in a half. You know.
But like I thought first half I saw a stat and I think it was I can't remember the exact stat, but I think it was Tedesco had 2 runs for like 32 meters in the whole first half.
Yeah.
Second half, he scored 2 tries. He had like ridiculous amounts of meters. Like his meters was way better, and he just like he got his hands on the ball, man. Like and it was because we started rolling and was like he could just play off the back of it. And he scored 2 tries, as I said. Kiri stood up in the second half. I was like, when's this little cunt gonna fucking do something? Like we've been calling out or screaming out for any like some sort of a player or a leader. You know what I mean? Like who's our leader in the team? Who's leading our team?
Yeah.
No one's leading the team. No. And I was like, someone needs to. And he finally did.
Yeah.
And he scored 2 tries. He did that one. And I was like, fuck, like he did stand up. I was like, someone needs to. I literally said it. And then like 10 minutes later, he fucking scored that try. And I was like, this is what we've been waiting for. We need this.
Some direction.
We need this every week though.
Yeah.
You know? He's like, we're just talking about the last game. Like, you got your Reynolds. He's the leader of that team. Who's our leader? Who can you look at in our team other than Tedesco? But Tedesco isn't the halfback or in the halves. So
he needs someone in the middle.
he needs someone directing, and then he'll play off the back of that. So it's a different leader, right?
Yeah.
So I thought Kiri did play better in the second half. So look, fucking heartbreaking we lost the way we did. Going off the back of...
It builds you up for next week.
It does. Well, we're not...
Next game.
Yeah.
Next game.
Yeah, and hopefully, I think next game, Manu should be back, because I think he just had that rolled ankle. He should be back. Hopefully not at 6. They'll move just back in the centres. Yeah. And then I've heard that Walker probably will be right as well.
Right.
I would just put Walker back in. Either put Walker in or leave Hutchinson in.
Yeah.
It's one of those two for me. You can't move Manu back to 6.
No.
It clearly hasn't worked.
It didn't work.
Put him back in the centres.
He's gun at centre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would probably move Billy Smith to... it's clear they don't want to move Suoliti around, right? So if it was me, I'd do Manu at right centre.
Yep.
Suoliti at left wing while Tupou's still out, and then keep Billy Smith at left centre.
Yeah.
It's clear he doesn't want to move Suoliti around, so I'd probably just go Suoliti back to left centre, like put Manu back to your right centre, and then put Billy Smith on the wing, because he's played wing before as well. That's what I'll probably keep it.
Yeah.
Like, there is a couple here that I just like. For instance, Tupanua, he played basically the entire game. Played 61 minutes. He had 5 runs for 29 meters.
Yeah, it's fucking not enough.
Like, it's just not enough, dude.
Nah.
Like, Egan Butcher, he played 75 minutes. 75 minutes. He had 8 runs for 55 meters. It's just not enough, dude.
Nah.
We need more than that.
Yeah. It's not hard to get more than that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what...
It just doesn't make sense. Like, Lodge played for 20...
That's just a direction, not people not getting him the ball.
Yeah. Like, Matt Lodge only played 24 minutes and he had 51 meters.
Yeah.
Like, with 7 runs. I'm like...
Why did he only
just
play 21 minutes?
I think he might have got injured.
Right.
I think he got injured.
Okay.
It was weird, though, because they brought Smith on like 8 minutes in, like, to go in the first half. So he barely played most of the first half. And then he got injured anyway. He played, what did he play? 28 minutes the whole game.
Yeah.
But they didn't bring him on till like so late in the first half. And I'm like, well, I understand you're trying to bring him on with that bit of like,
impact.
But it was too late in the first half. Like, he couldn't really get into the game because it was like 8 minutes left and then he was off.
It was already like 12
and it was done. Or whatever. And then I think they dropped the ball as soon as he come on. So it was like he went straight into a defense anyway.
Yeah.
And then the other weird one was Angus Crichton played 31 minutes. That's strange, bro.
Yeah.
Unless he was carrying a bit of a knock or something, but then like, don't play him.
Yeah.
Like, weird. 31 minutes.
He's not
off
right.
the bench.
Hey,
like they didn't play him all first half.
Yeah.
They came on 31 minutes to go in the second half and played the remainder of the second half, and they played him through the middle. He kind of went on to the rightish sort of edge, but he was playing mainly middle.
Yeah.
And then Egan Butcher played left. Like, Egan Butcher's more of a middle. Like, you need to just play that cunt through the middle.
He keeps chopping and changing people's
Egan Butcher,
sides and
like,
shit around.
He's played left. Even when Crichton's come back, he's played left. Then he went, and then he got suspended last week or injured maybe. No, I think he got HIA. So he didn't play last week. So Crichton came in on the left edge, and then he's actually won his spot back on the left edge. And he played 75 minutes and made 55 meters, like, with 8 runs. It's just fucking weird, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Crichton made 99 meters and 10 runs and he played 31 minutes.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, just put him on the edge, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's
so stupid.
Dragons.
Dragons.
Good on them for getting it. But like,
yeah,
isn't
they
it funny?
won.
Like,
they got it done, man.
yeah, isn't it funny? Like, they get that win, they're still last on the ladder.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like, it's a tough. It's kind of like that new manager bounce, you know, like here in the EPL and shit. Like, you know, play a bit more for your new manager, and you've got a new coach probably going to come in, and they're going to they need to perform for it, right?
And they'll fuck out next week.
Yeah. I actually thought the coach, the way he set up the team was better than whatever fucking Hook was doing. So, credit for him for doing that.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Any standout performers for you, mate?
I think like Jaden Sewer had a blinder.
Yeah. I think it was Sewer that scored that try that fucking knocked on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like besides that, taking out the try,
No, I know,
he had a good game.
Mm.
He was damaging, eh?
Yeah, he was really good.
Ben Hunt played good. Jack DeBellin played good. Yeah.
It's funny that like normally the person that wherever Hutchinson's defending, it's normally the person that has the best game on the other team. Like he just ran at Hutchinson all game.
Yeah.
Fucking tore him to shreds. He actually did.
Yeah.
Like sorry,
Yeah,
Hutcho, but he fucking did.
Yeah.
DeBellin again. Thought he was like there was talks about him making the Blues.
Yeah.
So
I've seen that.
I thought he was, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad he didn't.
Yeah, I'm glad too.
I think he's okay, but he's getting better this year. He's definitely better.
Yeah.
You can tell he's been back playing for a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Not really.
Not really.
Ravalawa had a good game.
Sully didn't play
was
too
alright.
bad.
His meters look a bit inflated because he made that one intercept run.
Yeah, well, that was a 90 meter.
Yeah. Well, it says here 97 meters kick return.
Yeah.
Which would have been that.
Yep.
Fuck, we're dumb cunts sometimes. Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
All right.
Yeah.
Move on to the next
Not
one.
too bad. Yeah, next one.
Cool. Next one we had was Rabbitohs Eels 16-36. That was a bit of a surprising one.
Very
a lot over the
surprised.
weekend, obviously, but this was
Yeah.
fucking probably the most, I thought.
Yeah, I think so. Like, Rabbitohs didn't sort of look like... They didn't look like themselves.
They look,
The defense was like what they've been really good at this year.
Yeah.
Non-existent.
They were right at the start.
They
but
were.
then as soon as I feel like Eels just figured them out.
Yeah.
And then they didn't know how to stop it.
And like have South like they've been on this like fucking high, right?
You just need a week sometimes where you can be up so much that you go it like say you win
You
5 or
can't
6 in a
maintain
row
that
and
high.
you'll have a week of mentality where you're like, we can just turn up this week and we'll win. Like, and I feel like you'll see most teams. No team really gets past that 5 or 6 mark in a row because then they'll go, oh, we'll be right this week. And then they probably just don't. Yeah. They probably think they do, but then
then like
subconsciously they're
just sort of
a bit off
and just took the Eels a bit lightly.
Yeah. But I thought Moses was massive. He was a massive inclusion for him this week.
Yeah. Dylan Brown
he
played
had one
awesome.
of his best games probably of the year, I thought.
Yeah.
Dylan
Brown
was really good.
good.
Yeah, that try he scored on the dead ball line, that was fucking sick.
Yeah, it was. Gutho was pretty quiet.
He was quiet, man. Yeah, didn't have to do much though. Like
no,
I feel like their halves just led them around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other one I want to tell you about. Did you see that Jacob Arthur is left?
Yeah, he's gone to Manly.
Manly.
Effective immediately.
Good signing for Manly,
Great signing for Manly.
but weird because of his dad.
Yeah, I guess
Strange.
where is he going to play?
Well, yeah.
And at the
He's only ever going to be a backup.
yeah,
Whereas Manly, it's kind of like Cherry Evans might not have long left.
yeah.
He might have maybe 1 year.
Well, at least
maybe next year.
through the Origin period, like he'll probably slot straight in.
Probably
now.
will. Because Teo Weeks isn't the one for them there.
No, Schuster will play.
Schuster's
still.
playing still.
Cooper Johns won't be the halfback.
Probably not long term.
No.
He just hasn't been that good.
Yeah.
He was at the start of the year, but he hasn't really done much.
No.
He could probably, I think Jacob Arthur probably is trajectory is probably a bit higher than when Trooper's at.
Yeah, I agree. I think
he could probably play 6 or 7.
Yeah. I think he slides
He's
straight in this
quite
week.
big. He's a bigger body.
Do you think he slides straight in this week?
Maybe not this week.
Not.
Probably
Just
a bit early.
week. Yeah.
If he was a more experienced player maybe, but I think he might be a bit early.
Yeah.
I think it's probably going to be Cooper and
Schuster.
Cooper and Schuster this week, but then definitely for the next one or whatever.
Yeah. Jermaine Hopgood.
Yeah, beast.
He's a beast, man. They were talking about
he's
him.
unlucky to miss out.
Smoky. Yeah.
But then where do you put him, right?
Yeah. Well, same as Horsburgh.
True.
He could have.
That was the other one.
Yeah. There was
he was unlucky.
Some spots for Queensland this year where they had depth.
Definitely. Their forward depth is massive this year.
Man.
Huge.
Like 2 years ago, they couldn't even put a team together. Hardly.
Yeah.
Nah. But yeah, just South. I
I
think
thought Wiremu Greg was huge, eh? He had over 200 run meters, man.
He was
really good.
Yeah, he was good.
He was probably their best forward
Yeah.
out of all of them. So it's good to see him standing up.
Yeah, well, Junior Bolo 207.
Yeah. No, but you're sort of used to that with him, eh?
but
he's a beast.
He's a weapon.
He's a beast.
I can't wait. Keep going back to Origin, but it's hard not to. See, Sevo was quiet. They just didn't need to do like
Yeah,
Gutho,
the
Sivo.
outside backs would normally be the ones that turn it on. Didn't
Yeah.
need to because the halves just controlled this one so much.
Halves
you know?
in the middle, just putting them up the field.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and then the Rabbitohs, yeah,
Just off,
as we
man.
said, they were just off.
Yeah.
It's not much really to say.
No.
It just didn't look like they turned up.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably the best way to put
Maybe
it.
like a
all
high emotion.
Latrell had 61 run meters all game.
Like-
all game, and 25 of those were kick return.
Maybe that like because the high emotion round, right? Like
Yeah.
South
I thought
Sydney's
someone like for Indigenous round though, he'd turn it on. You know, like he just that's barely being in the game, bro.
Yeah,
Barely being.
I
in
get
the game.
it, but I don't know. It was a team. The team just didn't play very good.
I know.
And there was like glimpses of good at the start, but then just maybe the emotions got.
The other one we didn't talk about for Origin was, what do you reckon of Cook not making it?
Surprised.
I thought he's been good this year.
I thought it was going to be.
I thought he was better this year than last year when he got
100%.
picked.
I think
which
this
is
year
weird.
he's probably in career best form.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Yeah.
And I would have thought I was going to be.
If they lost this week, would have Coruscant made it? That's probably the best question.
Well, it probably would have been if Rabbitohs won and Tigers lost.
But should it go off that
I don't know,
one
it
game
seems
right at
to
the
be
end?
like-
But that's
Well,
silly.
It seems to be how Turbo got picked.
That seems silly.
Yeah.
The Turbo
Freddie's a fucking weird cat,
more.
man.
The Turbo one's more because like he was under an injury cloud, whereas this one's purely like who's on better form from the last game. Like, but they say you're only as good as your last game, so fuck, I don't know.
What's fresh in the selector's mind? I
just find
I would have had Cook and Hines.
I would have thought there'd be more thought goes into something than goes, oh, what did their last game look like? This
Has
Do you know what I mean? Like,
has Appy
for
been
me.
playing 80?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
That's what I just thought. Like there was like that question mark because when he was at Penrith, they were doing that Mitch Kenny.
Yeah, I think
Like-
he did. I can't remember.
Yeah, but I don't know if it like it's one of those wait and sees, right? Like
Yeah.
we'll see if it pays
I don't
off,
mind
but
Coruscant being in there.
I don't mind.
I think
He's
he
crafty,
probably
man.
like shows there's more to it. You
He
know
just
what I mean?
doesn't have that like explosive out of dummy half speed,
Yeah, for
like
sure.
for running.
Yeah.
But if we're not, that's obviously not part of the game plan.
Correct. Yeah,
So
that's it.
we'll wait and see.
All right, we'll move to the next one. Sharks Knights. That finished 26-6.
Yuck.
What do you reckon, mate?
You know what I reckon? Shit. Knights were shit. You can't even say like I don't know. You expected it, right? Like Hines and the Sharks, they're just kicking, man. Like they had a couple of shit weeks, but
They're starting to find their attacking form.
they are
You know, that was something they were sort of
and
on
their
and off with.
Yeah, and their defense obviously is on.
Oh
like,
yeah.
6 points.
Yeah. But that's because Jesus shit.
Well, but we have a good. I don't know. We have a good attack
He
sometimes.
did well last week, right?
Yeah, we put 48 points on last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Sharks, everyone's got them as a top 4 team. They're playing. They're sort of starting to get back to that top 4 team. Like
yeah.
we know they've got great attack. If they've got that,
Just took them a
defensive
few
on-
weeks
yeah,
to sort of, you know, click back into gear. But I
Yeah.
think they've figured it out.
and
Whereas
like
it's kind of like what you thought the Cowboys would do, and they
And-
kind of did, but then they've sort of dropped off again.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hines and that's only going to be benefited from playing with the
Mm.
Blues. You know, like that come back and dominate.
100%. So yeah.
Just I don't know. I expected it, but obviously was hoping not for that.
Yeah. They just probably just outplayed you everywhere, man.
Yeah,
To be
just
honest, like
errors and stuff, man. Like,
everything.
Have you got some stats there?
for your errors.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you had, to be fair, you'll find this crazy. They had 16, you had 14.
oh fuck, man, it must have been a late even up or something.
5-5 penalty account.
Yeah,
You know, everything else pretty similar. You had 43 missed tackles to 32. Yeah.
fuck. Like,
What was your completion? This is probably better. Yeah, you had better completion rate, 67%. They had 65.
yeah,
I think they might have been throwing it around towards the end and made a few mistakes. That
Yeah.
probably like makes it look a bit
Yeah.
worse.
Like,
Game's probably already gone by
I'm
then.
just looking at stats and stuff, right?
It's not necessarily the errors, but it's crucial errors.
Yeah,
Right? Like you can make an error when you're attacking and you throw it over the sideline, or you fucking, you know, they drop it 10 meters from your line trying to set up a try or whatever. That's not a crucial error. You
No.
know, a crucial error is how many times are you coming out your end and then you lost the ball, which then like, you know, put your team under pressure.
Yeah.
That's the errors that really cost you.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
or like diffusing
exactly.
a bomb and you fucking drop. You know, things like that.
I think a few of their errors were like attacking our try
That's
line.
what I just said. Yeah.
But like I'm just looking at stats. Like Jack Hetherington, starting front rower, played 34 minutes, 37 meters.
That's him every week, bro.
Like,
Why does he keep getting picked?
I don't know. I don't understand. I'd be happy with Saifidi.
Mate, every
both
week I
Saifidis.
read out Hetherington's minutes and then meters, and it's fucking shit every week.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's probably the most minutes I've seen him play.
Yeah.
He normally plays like 20.
Yeah.
It makes the same amount of meters.
Yeah. I don't know. Like-
Where's
Yeah.
why is Jack Johns not playing?
Don't know.
He was one of your best.
I know. I don't understand it. He didn't get picked again after that Manly game.
He had like one not great game, but
But
like,
he's been consistent. He was a great defender.
How's Adam Elliott playing for you?
He's still coming back off that injury.
Yeah.
So just and like he's sort of
He
playing
needs
like
to start.
Yeah, I agree.
100% needs to start.
Yeah, he needs to be
He's
starting
one of your
lock.
best fucking forwards, mate. He
Yeah.
needs to start
He
every week.
Next week, I'm surely like they put Leo Thompson back to starting front row.
100%. 100%.
Adam Elliott on 13. Hetherington off the bench.
Yep.
That has to be the way.
Just who's your other front rower starting?
DSAF.
Well, he had...
And then Jacob Saf off the bench.
Yeah, right.
Which I like. I like having one each.
Well, it says here, I think Hetherington started for you this week.
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm
You
saying.
said DSAF did.
At number 8. And
Oh, yeah. Sorry. JSAF.
No, JSAF was on the bench.
Got ya.
Yeah.
So why is Hetherington's... That doesn't make any sense.
I don't get
to me.
it. Yeah.
Doesn't make any
It's
sense to me.
like-
That's so random.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let's move on.
let's move on. Yeah, we're getting pretty far into this one.
Yeah.
All right. Next game we had was...
The humping.
Yes, the humping
Tigers.
of all humpings.
66.
66 to
Cowboys
18. We have
18.
talked a little bit about Tigers and Cowboys already, just with like our
Guns of the week.
guns of the week and
Poos
stuff.
of the week.
So a little bit more on it. Fuck me. 11 from 11 conversions as well. Wakeham. And then like Luke Brooks as well. And Appy kicked two at the end. Fuck no. Fuck,
good.
man. What do you say about that? That was
the humping.
the humping of all humpings.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Cowboys fans, but that is the most embarrassing thing I've watched.
That's so
probably ever.
embarrassing. Yeah.
Probably ever.
That's embarrassing.
They just gave up. They just literally gave up. Like, just stopped playing. Like, they were just like, can we fucking go? And
Yeah.
Tigers were like, nah, bruh.
Nah.
We've got another
And
40 minutes of humpings.
And imagine at Leichhardt as well. Just
Yeah.
getting pounded by that crowd.
Right in the core of the earth, mate.
Fuck,
Absolutely pounded.
Fuck.
Fuck. I don't know what else to say, dude. Like,
What do you say?
they
got fucking
got
humped.
fucked. I can't say, like, I just want to, I've been pretty critical of Luke Brooks. Fucking great game. Like, he was
Great
so good.
So
From
good,
minute
man.
one,
Yeah.
made that break straight away. And I was like, oh, fuck, they look on here.
Yeah.
And just, it never ended.
No.
And it just got like,
And normally it does. Like, normally they like score
Yeah.
a couple and they're like, oh, yeah, fuck, just settle down.
everyone's going to be inflated here, but he had 202 running meters.
Yeah.
202, 19 runs. Just fucking, he was so good. Luke Brooks was, that's what you know he can do, but he just,
Can't.
it's hard, man, sometimes, right?
There needs to be a platform set, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
As I said, Stafford Toa, fucking massive.
Yeah.
Junior Tupou, he was really, really, really good as well. Like,
Yeah.
really good. He's going to be a motherfucker moving forward, man. Like,
their starting front row, like Atuka Manu, excuse me, 185 meters,
yeah,
and then Clem 149.
yeah. They didn't need to do that much. It
No.
wasn't even them that was like, oh, you need to set a platform.
Yeah.
It was just, there was holes everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
It was just, I'm not going to get carried away. Great win, right? Great win. Fucking awesome. Love to see it. They've been struggling. It's good for Tigers fans. I'm not getting carried away that they're going to blow everyone away
fuck
now
no.
because I just think the Cowboys were so bad.
Yeah.
Like, so bad. It's
Yeah.
like, it was a bit of this, but a bit of that too. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
like, it went
just
both
like
ways.
it was the perfect storm for the Tigers.
Legit.
Yeah.
Perfect storm.
Yeah.
And like, just an absolute rugby league humping. There's not much more you can say about it.
Not wrong, mate.
Yeah. All right. We may as well just move into the next one, eh?
Yeah.
Next game is we had
Dolphins 16.
Yep.
Storm 24.
Correct. We sort of mentioned this one before, but same sort of thing. Like I just think it reminded me similar of the Panthers game, like a little bit. Like they just, I just think they like played them out of the game.
Yeah.
More so than
They
like,
were.
You know what I mean? It just
We're talking about it. We're talking about it before. Like the score didn't reflect the like the pressure they had on them the whole game.
And you could see the old Storm boys come out with like. They were like, let's fucking like. I could see like because they said that Bennett talked to him like right up until kickoff. He doesn't normally do that, and they were like, "Fuck, like something might be on here." And I was like, "Yeah, he's getting him revved up," but it was too much because fucking Tafusi straight off, and it just cooked them from there, right? Like it just put him in a hole because
there was a big moment in the game.
Yeah, because then obviously he
they leaked a try in that
minute one
time.
Literally minute one, he went to the sin bin.
Yeah.
That first shot he put on was fucking sick, and then he just tried to carry it around. Yeah, got carried away.
And then when he came back on after the sin bin, he just was like reserved.
Yeah,
obviously didn't want to get sin bin again.
Yeah,
but yeah, it kind of took the edge off him a bit.
100%.
I did hear something, and I don't know if it was like Queensland/Storm mind games. Apparently, Cameron Munster's been carrying like a rib cartilage or something. He's like not training through the week. Blah blah
anyone
blah.
say
blah,
this
blah.
until today? So,
It's so fucked.
Yeah.
But he was good.
I'm sure the whole team will get fucking sick this week as well.
Yeah, they'll get someone to get the flu, gastro or some shit.
It's not gastro. Someone might not play, and they all play. And fucking carve up and
But yeah, we did cover it a fair bit before, but
I thought
the Storm just did what they had to do.
I feel like Will Warbrick's is like he's a gun. He's a gun.
Find the fucking wingers, man.
Well, they found him from Union. They got him from Union.
That's what. But like, doesn't matter where they get him.
Found him and gone. You're the next one.
Yeah,
just put him
and
straight.
He comes in, scored a hat trick last week.
It was a bit shaky at start. Like he just finding his feet, figuring out like
new game,
like man. Ball running, and he's just so big and strong, man. And like he's got the finishing on the back of it, and I fucking rate him, man. He's fucking good. He's
Kiwi too, is he?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. He's gonna play. He'll play on their right wing spot for fucking ages now, man.
For sure. He's only young,
very young. I don't like. No one really on the Dolphins team stood out. Like they all tried hard, and they came back in. Like they do have that. You can see they've got that like Wayne Bennett never die sort of attitude. They came back.
Yeah, they did help. They held Storm scoreless in the second half.
Yeah, you could see they've done that a few times this year. They just let teams get away with two bigger leads in the first half, and they've ran a few down. But
it's never going to run the Storm down.
Well, yeah, you're not going to run the Storm down for one, but you just can't give those leads up, man. You know, as I said, that from word go, like it would have been interesting to see if it was a different game if Tafusi didn't go to the bin in the first minute. Like if that stayed, like how it would have played out from there. Yeah, but I think that just. It sort of fucked them from then moving forward, really.
It did, for sure. You know? Like, they're just on the back foot the whole game.
Storm never lose at Suncorp either. I don't know why. They just win all the time at Suncorp. I'd love to know their record, actually.
Yeah. I think it was really good, and then over that COVID period, it was a bit shit.
Yeah, but they won the Prem that year.
Yeah. But,
you know?
I read something. It was like, recently it's not been as good, but it's still really good.
Yeah. Right. All right, we'll move on. Yep. Next one we had was the Bulldogs Titans. That finished 20-18.
And that's another, like, it was 14-0 at half time.
Yeah, I could see it happening. You could see the momentum change. They were getting dominated, and then the crowd was getting into it, and I could just feel it happening. So I just knew it was going to happen.
We were out and about, and I didn't know the score or anything. Came home. It was half time. Yeah. It was 14-0. And Mrs. was like, oh, fuck, you'll probably get this tip. And I'm like, you don't know what they like, though.
Yeah, I know.
You don't know what they like.
It's classic Titans, eh?
Yeah, and I swear it's like, you say it and you'd fucked it.
I feel like they don't have it, when adversity goes against them, they just don't have any...
There's no backbone.
There's no backbone to go, let's just fucking get through this.
Yeah.
let's fucking just D up for a couple sets here. We'll be right.
Yep.
You know, I feel like when one thing goes wrong, they just fucking crumble, bro. And then they
so hard.
like, it's a mentality thing.
Yeah, has
They've
to
all
be.
got guns in their team, man.
Yep.
They should be doing way better than they are.
Yeah.
But they just, I think they just crumble, dude. Like any pressure on them, which is just going to be fucked. Because if it gets to like finals time, they make finals. Any pressure, man, they just crumble, dude.
Yeah.
They just can't do it.
And like they had the opportunity to. All they had to do was just D up for that last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And they win. Fucking.
They can't do it, man.
No,
I don't know. There's
Ockenbaugh
something
shouldn't
wrong
have
there.
scored that.
No,
Like
that was fucking shit.
Yeah, dude. Like good for him to score it.
Fuck oath. But
like
it's just
poor,
awful.
poor defense. There was no one there.
Yeah. You need to put,
Yeah.
there's just something that like some teams have and some teams just don't have that. And they seem to crumble, man. It seems to be in their DNAs. It's been like it for years and years.
Yep. You're not surprised anymore.
No.
Like it's just
Good win by the Bulldogs though,
good
man.
win, for sure.
They've showed that character all year. Like last week I said like they were a bit off and they didn't really, they had an off week. But they stood up this week, like, you know, to let that sort of lead go and then to come back in that's like they're going to be fucking guns moving forward, and especially in the, like
next year.
Get a couple players in that team.
Fuck yeah.
That'll just
they're still doing all this with that kick out.
You know, and they'll get Crichton next year. They'll look way better. They get Bronson Sherry. They get like there's a few there.
Yeah.
You know, dude,
They'll be humming.
All right. One more game, eh?
One more
So
game.
Raiders, Eagles, 14-42. Fuck me.
I tipped them.
I know.
I did.
What was the thing you said? What was that start? Someone versus someone.
Yeah. So I seen it on it was like on the Hello Sport Facebook page, and someone said every team that's versed the Eels the week before has lost the next week.
Wild.
And like you think, well, Raiders have won 5 in a row.
Was that only if they've won though, or something?
No,
just versed them in general.
Just versed them in general.
Fuck me.
So I was like, that's fucking manly for me, baby.
So Rabbitohs are losing this week again.
Guess so, yeah. Have they got a bye?
No, they're playing.
Yeah, they'll lose.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah. Apparently, it's happened every single game this year.
Yeah, true.
Every single one.
True.
Yeah, which is weird.
So Tommy was good.
Yep.
Couple of tries there, or a few tries actually. Yeah, they just look back to what they were a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just if they can maintain that now. They had a bunch of injuries, as we sort of said earlier, coming up, and yeah, they're a different team when like Jake seems to play as well, and like when they lose Jake, it's so big for them, and then he's going to be out now for a little bit.
Yeah. I was cut when I like saw that he wasn't playing for Blues. He's the one guy that you want in your team.
100%.
Snaps blokes.
Hopefully he can
works
make it
all
back
day.
in, but
Hopefully.
yeah, he's the first pick for me if a Blues team comes up, man.
100%.
Just it's not necessarily what he can do on the field. It's like what he brings in terms of like his leadership and all that.
For sure, man.
He fucking dies for any club or any team he plays for, right?
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily watch this full game, man. Like I watched it was on, but I wasn't like sitting down like fucking.
Exactly the same.
I don't really have too much to say. Bullymore was pretty good. He ran for 184 meters. Fucking hell.
Like Turbo.
Paseka's been good. Probably he's been their lead front rower, I thought, for the last since the Storm game.
Yeah.
He had a really big game against the Storm, and then it's just switched from like Aloe or anyone else. I just feel like he's been the leader of their pack.
Yeah.
And again, 229 meters. You know, he is fucking 88 post contact. You know, he was probably their best in terms of their forwards over the last like 4 weeks or so.
Agreed.
Yeah, and then you know if their forward pack's moving, man, they're all those outside backs that can do the job. You know, then you look at it, they're all sort of scored. So, you know, Derek scored. The other one was Stubby Cooler, but you know, other than that, fuck, not much more to say on those.
Nah, it was Raiders just off.
Yeah.
Like
Raiders do this though. They just went on 4 or 5 in a row. Like
5 in a
fair
row,
enough.
yeah.
That's good. Gets them back on track because they weren't doing too well.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we said before with the with Souths. You know, teams sort of have that 4 to 5 and they kind of don't show up, and
Yeah.
it can happen.
Yeah, for sure. But
Um,
they're in a good spot anyway.
yeah,
Like they set themselves up.
that's what I mean. They've set themselves up now.
Yeah.
They've won a few in a row. They're in a good spot. The fucking table's a bit crazy. Did you see
It's
that?
crazy.
It's very close. So
close.
yeah,
From like first to last is like 3 wins.
mental, fucking crazy.
Fucking crazy.
All right, that's the games for this week. We'll move into our tips for next week. All right, we're back with the tips for next week. Only 5 games on next week.
Yep.
Cool. So first one will be the Dolphins Dragons. That's going to be at KO Stadium. How do you see that one, mate?
So I have tipped the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just think like no Ben Hunt.
Yeah.
Probably outweighs the few players that are missing from the Dolphins.
Yeah.
That's all my justification.
I'm going to go Dragons. I'm going Dragons because I think Sullivan will fill in for the halves, and I think he's been good, and I think him and Amon will be fine. I think Dolphins missing Hammer. He's their X factor that scores most of their points. And then Tommy Gilbert's in the middle. Yeah. They'll also be missing Kafusi will be out. And then I think there's a bit of a injury cloud maybe on one of the Bromwiches too.
Okay. Kenny.
Think so.
Yeah.
I think it might be Kenny.
Yep.
Or I think he got off suspension, but it might be, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like it might just be a little bit too much for them, just because they're a newer team, obviously, and they've got that many more people. They'll have so many new people coming in that I just don't know if they'll gel, because it's not just like one replacement, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Dragons, it's literally like that one guy,
Yeah.
and that's
It's
it.
like their best guy.
I know, but I think Sullivan's been good, so
Yeah.
he could definitely fill that spot.
Mm.
So I'm going Dragons.
It'll be a good game
Yeah.
anyway.
Next one is Eels Cowboys.
It has to be Eels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got Eels. Has to be.
Yeah.
Cowboys have a couple out, and then they
Eels have
pumped.
Polo out.
Yeah,
That's it.
and you still look at that spine. You've got Moses, Brown, Gutherson.
Yeah.
they're gonna like Hodgkinson. That's your spine. Like you haven't lost anyone.
Nah, they've
They've only lost Bolo. That's it, really.
Yeah.
Like that whole team.
That'll be fine.
They'll be fine. Eels should win that.
Yep.
Warriors Broncos.
Warriors.
Yep.
Yeah.
I tip Warriors too.
Full strength.
Yeah.
I reckon it'll be like a Warriors 13 plus. It's over in New Zealand as well.
In New Zealand. Broncos without a lot of their stars.
Yep.
Like literally everyone. So yeah, I think that'd probably be a comfortable win for Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Rabbitohs Raiders.
Raiders.
Yep. I'm going the Raiders too.
Yep.
I think
missing a lot of players. That stat that we talked about just before means that Rabbitohs will lose.
Rabbits aren't losing that many. It's Trell and it's Campbell Graham might play, but I doubt
Maybe,
it. Like, who knows? They might have said, "Oh, he's got an injury," and then they pulled him out, so he plays for the Rabbitohs because he was only 19th man or 18th man or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You don't know, like Origin's a bit weird. Like
No,
that.
yeah.
But yeah, I'll go Raiders.
Yeah.
Last one, Knights Manly.
New week.
I think Knights will get up on that.
Only because we're like pretty much full strength.
Full strength because you got Ponga still in and everything, and then Manly have about 800 injuries plus Tommy's out,
plus Cherry's out.
Plus Cherry's out.
Yeah,
I can't see them winning that. No. All right, that's it. Anything else?
No, we'll do our Origin tips
next week. We'll probably next week because there's less games, and we'll probably do more of a Origin special and
Origin
any of the
preview.
news for the week and stuff. So I'm sure there'll be a lot. Always is around Origin, hey.
Always.
And prep for that game. That probably would be out on the Tuesday before the Wednesday anyway.
Yep.
Before the Origin.
Love it.
Other than that, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, everything on all our social pages. So Instagram,
YouTube.
and then YouTube. If you aren't subscribing, please subscribe. Other than that, we will see you next week. Bye.
See ya.